So Gracie, C is for Carnage, Chaos, and cancelling my indicator, which I'm not very disciplined about. C is a nice letter. It's the first letter of one of the best names in the world. And it's the third letter of the alphabet, so that's kind of special. 3 is a magic number. And here we've got a little dog in. Alright, wait. And we're off on Fox Road, just like that. It's been raining all day. I've already tried to film this once. I've got a new microphone which had a locking collar on it, which I didn't realise you had to remove, so happy days. And hopefully there's less wind noise, because it was getting to a point where I just wasn't going to do any more if I can't get the audio right. There's a strange thing about video, good audio will save rubbish footage, but the reverse is not true. Basically, you can't save rubbish audio. This is such a cruise, this road. It's a cruise. C is for cruising. Splashing in puddles never gets old. What else is new, Gracie? Still haven't seen you for a while. I think you've probably been on holiday, because school's been out, hasn't it? So why would you not go on holiday? Unless you've just been hanging out in front of the fire, playing with stuff. I hope you've been doing a great deal of that. C is for contented, and I hope you're very contented. So I've gone back down to 1080p, you'll be thrilled to learn, because my laptop was full, as laptops get. Woo. Now we're in the wrong rut, but hey presto, we're going to live with it. Then I'm going to switch there. Whee! So it's not going to be a long one, this. C is for concise and to the point. We might have to have a little look. Oh, is that a hare? That's a hare. Check him out. The original rally. Yeah. C is for... Whoa, whoa, whoa. Now, so I'm going to learn to clutch this up. You watch. Probably not in 4th gear. Oh, bit greasy. But yeah, it's been raining a lot. Oh, 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 oh. But it soaks it up. Someone's been out in a 4B. Yeah, so I just want to know that we've got much better audio. So, as I say, second trip out today. I tried to do a new loop up to Haddenham by Ely, which I managed to get a GPX file off Ordnance Survey using the green road map onto the Garmin. Bit luggy that. Oh, wow. So 43 miles per hour. What's it sounding like? That's the question. So we're gonna go. What are we gonna do here? We're gonna go. It's dark down there, so we're gonna go down here to see what this camera's like without enough light. How's that for an idea? Stall it while you're at it. Yeah, so C is for camera, and cameras are wicked. Crab apples. C is for chopping the throttle, which you do if you're going a bit too fast. So yeah, I've stopped using the off-road mode now. I just ride it in street mode all the time, and it stops me from having too much of a slide out. Gives it, you can still get a bit, but I'm not good enough to switch it all off, I don't think. And I'm not going fast enough to have to catch myself from going in a ravine. So yeah, what's it like in low light? I think you call this low light. It's still, we're an hour and a half off sunset, something like that. Just had a great message from my mate Luke's, who's having a lovely time by the sound of it. And see, look at all that rain. It's been and gone now. Little road test. Let's go through a puddle. I mean, we're out now, aren't we? So you're going to go out, you might as well be hung for a sheep as a lamb. There's another hare, that's a leveret. Hares are great. They live on top of the ground, unlike rabbits. And they do all sorts of crazy shit, hares. They're brilliant. Good fun. C is for carrots, cabbage. There's a barking dog in there that always has a go at me. C is for the Collins English Dictionary. What's C for, Grace? C for cat. Yeah. Once you've got as far as C, you're basically home and dry. Because, you know, the first two are quite tricky, A and B. And yeah, so if you manage to string 3 together, you know you've got it. So these are little puddles. And coming up is a really big one. Are you ready for this? This is going to be great. I hope you've got your waterproof boots on. No. But I have every faith that the Fantic will get me through, because it's a Caballero. Now, Grace, look at this. It's almost a lake. You could certainly float a duck on it. Second gear seems about right. Now we'll have a look at the bike and see how muddy she is, because she'll be muddy now. You've got to go out for long enough to make it worth cleaning the bloody thing. So we'll do a little road test now. I'm not going to bore you, but we're just going to watch the speed go up and see at what point the audio becomes unusable, because we're testing, you know, that's what you do, you test. There she goes. So 50 mile an hour. I don't think anyone's going to be going any faster than that, do you? Beautiful. What a lovely evening, Grace. So I'll switch it off and switch it on again later. Bye. Just look at this. Can you see that rain over there, Grace? Falling out of the sky. Pretty amazing. It's been a very wet few hours. I went out earlier and as I say, I just got drenched. Well, I didn't. I avoided getting drenched. But I bottled it. I chickened out. C is for chicken. You've got to be careful this time of night, because there's quite a lot of people on the road. Some of them are in a hurry, so just have to watch out. But yeah, I like that view. I hope you can see it on the TV screen. Pretty cool road this. I think I'm going to have to go and get some fuel, because I've only got a couple of bars there and that makes me nervous. So let's go to Newmarket and get some gasoline. So Gracie, C is for customs. The customs man checks your bag to see what you're carrying when you've been abroad, to see if you've got any contraband, which nowadays includes, would you believe, things like cured meats. So watch out, that's all I can say. Be careful, you know, careful with a big C, and you'll be fine. Just make sure you've got none of that smoked sausage cat always brings some back. Your auntie, she's rotten for it. The customs men, they don't really seem to mind. It's almost as if it's not important. We're going to stand up there. So this is a bit greasy, but it's such a lovely lane, and it leads to another equally gorgeous lane. We could, I don't know, you've seen this one before, but like Claude Monet with the sea, it's alright to paint the same thing again and again. He painted Notre Dame, he painted those lovely water lilies and the straw bales, and it's nice to see it in different circumstances and conditions, because it gets you more used to it, and you can sort of anticipate, okay, well, it rained a day ago, so that's what it's going to be like, or it hasn't rained for weeks, so that's what it's going to be like. And you keep your head up and look forward down the trail, and not at your front wheel. You should be golden. Such a nice time of day. The cat always goes out and rides Harvey, who's her horse, and she goes after dinner. So we had risotto, which she made with an amazing pesto with pistachios. Pistachio pesto, would you believe? This is the A11. It's one of those bridges where you think, what goes on under there? Look at all those people having a lovely time on their way home, probably. So we got to this place earlier today, and it was a bit frustrating because, well, we could go straight on there, but then we're going back into the rain. Look at it. It's like Texas. Never been to Texas, but that's where they have the storm chasers, and so you know it must be big. Woo! So we're going to turn left. Look, it's still raining over there. We don't need any of that. I'm going to keep the camera on because we're just going into another lane now. They've probably all got names, these lanes, but I don't know what they are. But they've been here a very long time. I do hope you can see clearly where we're riding, because it's an absolutely lovely spot, and I hope you can hear what I'm saying, because one day you'll realise how important it was to have such a clever uncle to fill you in with lots of top tips on how to learn the alphabet, ABC. So what have we got? Armageddon. No, what was it? A is for apocalypse, B was for Bolsham, Bedlam, Birmingham, and Bunkum, and C is for chaos, crashing, and all sorts of lovely other things as well. You can make lots of different noises with C. You can be a chuffacello, or a surfer cymbal, which is what you crash when you finish playing the drums. What else? We're riding right into the sun, so we can't see jack buggery, but we're doing all right. So what's to complain about? C is always for complaining, unfortunately. Slipper clutches. C is for clutch. So this bike has a slipper clutch, which means you can be dead lazy about how you stamp up and down the gears. Look at this gig, will you? Who's that just took off there? There's a big bird there. But look at that sky. Doesn't it make you want to paint? Look, there's a whole weather front there, all the way up there. Clouds, Gracie, to there. But you can see it sheeting out over there. Look at it. Woo. Ooh, misses. Now, we are in shade here, so I know these GoPros don't like to perform much in high ISOs, but we'll see how we get on. 60 frames a second. It should be able to do something. They're so much better than they were, all these cameras. C is for the captain. Always respect the captain, respect the carpenter, the Zimmerman. C is for carpentry, which is what Jesus' dad was a carpenter, and so was Noah, and he's our common ancestor, if you don't count Jeff Bezos. So here's a learning car, and this is the 6 Mile Bottom Road, so we'll be alright once we get across here. We're home free. So Grace, how long have you got to wait before you can get a motorbike? Not too long, I hope. Daddy does know that you probably want one. Mummy will know as well. So it shouldn't be too long. Gas do an amazing little 50cc proper motocross bike. You'll have to get you a crash helmet though if you want one of them. And Yamaha do a thing called the PW50, which is pretty special by all accounts. You don't want to get a toy one really, they are just toys. I say that as if I know what I'm talking about. I definitely don't. Look at this little riddle. I mean, it's almost been painted on it, hasn't it? It's just a little white line. And all the while, I think of you. So, we're not going to go on forever here. We're into the light. We went the wrong way round, didn't we? I'll learn that for future. Always have the light behind you for engaging content. Back in the rut. There we go. Sometimes you'll find it's useful to be I don't know what I'm trying to say, possessed, I suppose. You know, you'll find that the fighty, now I really can't see hardly anything. Sometimes you've got to do some fighting, and then it's useful to have a short Irishman inhabit your skeleton, because he'll get you through, you know. Conor McGregor, what a unit. There we go. He might be Scottish, I don't know. Well, not Conor McGregor, but the guy who helps me out when I'm in a bit of a pickle. So this is oh mate, it's just glorious. Look at those trees, hang on a minute, look at those woods, right? That's not a path we can take. Look at those woods. Get a load of that colour. Wow. Pretty special, eh? Well, Grace, now I really do need a bit of fuel. Well, I'm below halfway. So we haven't had a look at the bike. What do you mean? We haven't had a look at the bike. I know. Is she going to sink? I don't think so. Look at the state of that, will you? Yeah, man. Nice, eh? Lucky man. Compression rebound, yeah? C. Clutch. Let's go home. Ugh. Nice one, Grace. Well, have a lovely week, and see you next time. Bye for now.